What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joey Work from Pure Bets. I'm back again with another UFC fighter. This week we got Julio Arce. What's up, Julio?
What's going on, my man? How you doing?
Chilling, man. Appreciate you taking the time out.
Thank you for having me here.
So I am getting a little feedback on your end. Am I on speaker?
A little bit on speaker.
Is it possible to take that off? Because I'm hearing myself twice.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. If I can do this. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, sweet. All right, so first off, I've been following you for a while. I used to work with the Prez family at Dead Serious and saw you fight in Ring of Combat multiple times. So I know you were removed from your last scheduled fight with Timur Valiev for COVID. First off, can you tell me how you're recovering?
You know, like taking it a day at a time. I was lucky enough, you know, it wasn't anything crazy, but I think this still kind of like affects your lungs, as you know, it kind of like scars your lungs up a little bit. So I make sure I'm not going back, you know, too crazy where it affects me. Like kind of like what happened with Hamza Chimaev, and you know, just do it, and hopefully he's gonna get rescheduled soon. And I know he wanted to fight, so you know, like hopefully I can get something, you know, maybe like, you know, April, May. We'll see what happens. Just getting back into it.
All right, cool. So I know your guy's been very busy most of your career. Do you have a target return date past this, and maybe even a fighter?
No fighter yet. Hopefully, come in April, May. So then, you know, like I can just, because I'm also looking up to 135 again. So we're making that happen, and you know, whoever the opponent's gonna be, it is who it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's go back to before the Dana White Contender Series fight. What went through your mind when you were asked to compete in the Contender Series?
It's a huge opportunity. I mean, fight for your contract, pretty much. One of the top interviews ever. But it was just exciting because it's like, all right, this is my chance right now. This is my chance to freaking, you know, finally show what I got and get my chance at the UFC. And, you know, the excitement was just, you know, so much. And then, of course, I didn't have to get a contract. But since somebody got hurt, I was first in line to get a crack at, again, a call.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I was I watched that. I saw you didn't get the contract. I'm like, I mean, what more can the guy do? But I'm happy that you got past that and eventually got one. So past that, I know you got the contract. You stepped in on short notice, fought a very impressive Dan Ige, and came through with a victory. So what was that? Tell me a little bit about your first victory in the UFC.
It was the most exciting moment. I was like you know, like a kid going to the candy store for the first time, and you're just like excited. I was just excited at the moment, what was going on. I was excited to finally be there, be at that high level. You know, fight tough Dan Ige, who lately he's been doing great. So it is exhilarating knowing that, you know, like after me, you know, he went on a what six fight win streak or something like that. But you know, like now it's in for me. Like I decided to, you know, get back to 35 and I'll start my climb there. But it was great victory, great way to start my UFC career.
So talking about going down to bantamweight, what exactly you know, was the background behind that decision?
You know, I mean, like I'm sure you know, since like UFC fights, I moved up a weight class. I wanted to see, you know, like the weight cut was getting too much for me, but also it wasn't. I wouldn't say it wasn't as structured. It just wasn't like as disciplined as it is now, and kind of like fine-tuned everything. I got the right people on my team to help me with the nutrition, because I'm going with guys who are dropping a shit ton of more weight than I am, and like you can clearly see when I'm in there that I'm the smallest guy. I fought two guys that were a lot, physically bigger than I was, and somebody who was 6'1". So, I hang in there with these guys, but these guys, have a massive size advantage. So I have to go to my natural weight class, which is 35. It's the weight class that suits me.
Got it. All right. So I know you guys got a killer team over there at Tiger Schulman's. Tell me a little bit about training with, Shane Burgos, Jimmy Rivera, Lyman Good, Mike Triziano. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's always just nonstop intensity. So, we got that. We got those killers right there who, they're hopefully going to be fighting next week.
Yep.
So, plus we got a bunch of other, people on the team, like a bunch of up and comers, and it's the intensity is like an all-time high. The energy is just like an all-time high. Everyone's pushing each other to get better. We're all trying to get to that next level. Bunch of our amateurs are going pro. I know it's been a little crazy right now because COVID. Amateur fighters haven't been able to get anything at all, and even some of the pros are just kind of stuck. So now that things are kind of getting back on a roll, like all these amateurs that were ready to go pro just look amazing. Just like I'll name a couple of teammates off my head. Danny Ramirez, Riccio. We have Manshir Kara, called Munch. He's a jiu-jitsu world champion. He's going to be, going into MMA, and he's been killing it. So we got a lot of people in the room who are ready to. We have another guy, his name is Solomon. He's actually got a fight scheduled. He's pro. And he's, everyone's just been training during kind of the shutdown time and just getting better, just sharpening their tools. And the intensity just keeps getting better and better. The energy just keeps getting better and better because the level just keeps rising.
Yeah, that's awesome. So a little fun question I ask every fighter, how they come about their nickname, but I see you don't have a nickname, so is there a reason? Do you eventually see adopting one?
You know what? I'm just one of those guys who's just like, a nickname doesn't stick. Everyone gives me a different nickname. I'm just like, hey, look, if that's what you want me to go by, like, you can have me go by that. But, like, for me, a nickname doesn't really suit me.
I got it. Yeah, that's cool. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so if it's cool with you, we'll run through your thoughts for the main card for tomorrow's UFC Fight Night.
You got it.
I know I see you put out some fight predictions on social media, so you should be pretty good at this.
Mm-hmm.
First fight on the card is Alexei Oleinik versus Chris Daukaus. So Alexei is the boa constrictor, 43 years old. This will be his 75th professional fight. He's winner 2 of his last 3, being Maurice Green and Fabricio Verdum. So 9 of his 10 have ended before the final bell, and he's a guy who's always live for a submission. As for Chris, 2-0 in the UFC, from Pennsylvania, with wins over Parker Porter, Rodrigo Nascimento, both via first-round knockout. Out of his 13 fights, only 1 have seen the judges' scorecards. I doubt this one sees his judges' scorecards. What do you think about the first main card event?
You know what? I think his last, I don't want to butcher his name, Daukaus.
Daukaus, yeah.
Yeah. You got a young line. I know, like, Alexei Oleinik his strike is a little bit sus. And I think also in order for him to be able to get to him, he's going to have to eat some shots. And you got a freaking young, hungry, fighter looking to build his way up. So I'm pretty much going with the cost by either TKO or KO. I think it might be second round.
All right, I like it. So next one is Derrick Minner versus Charles Rosa. Derrick is back in there after an upset victory over TJ Lomarame in September. Before that, he was 2-2 in the UFC. He's fought a lot of tough competition over his 36 professional fights. He's another guy known for a superior ground game and has 22 submission victories in his 25 wins. As for Charles Rosa, 4-4 overall in the UFC, alternating wins and losses off a split decision win over Kevin Aguilar. He is a BJJ black belt and another guy who doesn't mind the fight going to the ground. 8 of his 13 wins are via submission. In 2017, he did have a banger with one of your teammates, Shane Burgos, in which Shane KO'd him 2 minutes into the third round. What do you think about this featherweight fight?
I have to go with Charles Rosa by decision. When you got two BJJ, like two people are great with a great ground game, and it goes to striking, I feel like that's one of those, like, you kind of toss it up because you don't know. Like, I don't know how the other guy's striking is, but I've seen Charles Rosa in action a lot more, so I think it'll Charles Rosa by decision.
All right. So co-main is Ketlin Vieira versus Yana Kutsunaya. So Vieira is in here after a win over Sajara Eubanks. She has a 2-inch height advantage here. Very skilled level black belt, excellent wrestler. Overall 5-1 in the UFC, 11-1 as a pro. As for Yana, she's 3-2 in the UFC, 13-5 overall. She prefers to keep the fight standing and has impressive striking and good top pressure. Mixed with that, she has 7 wins via knockout. Both these girls average over 2 takedowns per 15 minutes, while Vieira has a 92% takedown defense. This should be a fun female fight. What do you think about the co-main?
I think Vieira takes it by decision, because we got you got 2 strikers there, and we have like 2 good strikers. You see, like, whoever dictates the fight first, like whoever like kind of just sets the pace, is usually the person that takes it. But I'm trying to remember. Vieira's like she's tall though, right?
Yeah, she's big.
She's got that length. I forgot if she fought Sajara. So I'm gonna go with Vieira by decision.
All right, cool. Main event is Curtis Blaydes, Derrick Lewis. Fight that's supposed to happen back in November. This should be a fun one. The big boys at the main event. These two have quite the difference in styles, as Curtis prefers to wrestle his way to victory, while Black Beast relies on his stand-up and boxing. Blaydes has beat everyone the UFC put in front of him, except Francis Ngannou. He's 9-2 overall, with his 2 losses to Francis and 5 by finish. His last fight was a 5-round decision victory over Alexander Volkov, where he uses wrestling to get the fight to the ground early and often. Derrick Lewis is a winner of 3 straight, 15-5 in his UFC career. He has won via knockout in 19 of his 24 professional wins. I'm interested to see if Derrick can defend the takedowns here and keep the fight standing, while he look to try to get his knockout his 20th opponent. How do you see the main event going?
I'm a huge Derrick Lewis fan.
Me too.
So like, I know, like, look, when he fought Olenek, did he fight her?
Yeah, Olenek. Yep, he fought Olenek.
And he got taken down. He got back up. It's what kind of pressure you got Curtis Blaydes putting on him. But I'm always rooting for Derrick Lewis, as I take it Derrick Lewis. And it was like one of the least exciting fights with Francis Ngannou. You got a win over him. When Francis Ngannou was going through that phase, he's been knocking people out. And look, he can stop the takedown and then just land a clean shot. He's good to go.
All right, I like it. Well, thanks again for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. Is there anything you like to plug? Can you let our followers know where they can find you on social media?
Everyone can find me at JR89 on Instagram, JRSATSMMA on Twitter. Just thank you, everybody. Keep following the journey.
Well, thanks again, man. We'll definitely be rooting for you in the future.
Thank you very much for having me, man. It was fun.
Yeah, appreciate your time, bro.
Take care, man.
All right. Have a good one. Well, really appreciate it. Another awesome week, another awesome fighter. Shout out to Julio Arce. Definitely follow him on all social media, and we'll be rooting for him in the future. Make sure to hit the like button or subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter at Joey Work if you're not already. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the fights. Enjoy them. I'm out. Peace.